Hey everyone, happy Friday. It's Ann Verillo here with StampWithAnn.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Auburn, New York. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and it is Friday, so that means the weekend is right here. And let's see, I'm finishing off this week stamping and creating with the Sunrise Sailing Bundle, and I've had a blast doing it. I also made an extra card this week for our Stamp It group blog hop, and that was posted last night at 7 o'clock. If you guys didn't get a chance to check that out, make sure you hop on over to my blog and go through the blog hop because there's some great cards and it's a great group of people and they're very creative. Hi, Claudia. Hi, from Germany, right? So anyways, I think you'll like it. Our theme for our summer blog hop was summer fun. And it's all about summer, right? I can't believe it's already June 27th. Oh my God. And yes, I'm still going to complain about the weather. People, all right, it just hit 70. But it's supposed to be warmer than that up here in central New York. I need warm weather. We only got a couple days last week of warm weather, so I'm still going to complain. Anywho, all right, so a couple things before we get started. I'm not going to go into the whole thing about my craft and create or my card class kit to go. There's information about it in the description below. So every week I feature a new bundle, and you can get the kit for free with a qualifying online purchase. This week, obviously I just said, I'm featuring the Sunrise Sailing Bundle. So it's really fun, and I'll go over the cards that I made Monday and Wednesday too. But anywho, what else was I going to say? I was going to say something else. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Don't forget that we are having the Sweet BOGO sale, 50% off for our sweets. That ends on June 30th. So if you're still on the fence about a couple sweets that you want, or even some items that are in a suite, make sure you check that out. So don't forget, because it's a great deal. And then the other thing I was going to say, if you are watching me on my YouTube channel and you're not yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and then hit the little bell icon so you get notifications of when I go live. And leave me a comment if you're watching the replay. I always love to go back and see the comments. Let me know where you're watching from and what the weather is like there too. I'm always interested. Okay, same goes for Facebook. If you are watching me on Facebook but aren't following me yet, make sure you give me a follow. And as always, thumbs up and like my videos too, okay? All right, let's get started. It is Friday, so I wanna show you this fun fold card that we're gonna create. Let me just pop you down to my craft table and we'll get started. All right, so let's see here. I'm just gonna move some lighting around. There we go. Before I jump into the card for today, I just wanted to give a big shout out reminder about my Craft and Create Club. It's a subscription based club, and every month you get a kit to make 8 cards or 8 projects, because sometimes I do a 3D or a home decor item or something like that. But yes, you will get the card delivered to your door. And this month for July, I got so confused. See, I was doing the Sunrise Sailing, but then I was doing the Sunshine Vibes bundle. So I was intermixing them, Sunshine Sailing, Sunshine Vibes. But anyways, these are the 4 cards I designed for my Craft and Create Club for this month. Sending good vibes, I love that. I did another very similar fun fold, the little thing. So cute. This is kind of what I'm showing you today too. And then this one, hello darling. I just love it. It's so cute. And then hello friend, or just hello. So anyways, if you're interested, there's a link below. You can get more details, and then you can also sign up to subscribe. All right. So as I mentioned, I'm using the Sunrise Sailing Bundle. This is part of our May 2025 online exclusive. The bundle is $50.25, and it does include the hybrid embossing folder. So I thought this was really cute, and it is good for masculine cards too. So keep that in mind. I know a lot of us don't have enough masculine stuff, but I think this one works really great. You can interchange some of the sentiments for birthday wishes, etc. But it comes with some great dies, and I just love, ooh, I'm gonna need these dies today. Let's pick out my dies that I'm gonna need. I'm gonna definitely need this one, which means I didn't bring over my boho, mini blue boho cut and emboss machine. I might have to go get that. Okay, so I'll show you the cards we did. Let's see. Oh, first I'm gonna show you, here's the card from our Team Stampin' blog hop. Isn't that cute? I did a patriotic theme. Well, it was summer fun, so I thought, gee, 4th of July is just around the corner, so why not make it red, white, and blue? But this is the embossing folder, the hybrid embossing folder, and I don't know if you can see, but you really can't. Under here is the sailboat, but it's, embossed. But I stamped this and put it right over the sailboat. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay, so make sure you go and check out the blog hop, because if you comment on all the blog hops with either, any comment, team, stamp it, contest, whatever, you will be entered to win a Painted Wishes kit. And we're going to announce the winner on that I think it's July 24th. I can't remember, but I know it's like the last week of July. Okay, these are the cards we did for this week. So this was the card we did Monday. This was a retirement card I made. Ahoy, happy retirement. That was cute. This is another one. I posted this on my blog on Wednesday. You deserve the best. And I just left it blank. You could put in any kind of sentiment you wanted. And this is also the Boho Vibes Designer Series paper. And then this is similar to my other fun fold. This is our fun fold for today. Like diagonal flip fun fold, I guess you call it. I don't know. But it's super easy. So this is the one we're going to make today. So let's get started. Okay, in your kit, you're going to get everything you need. And I also do envelopes for my kits. So you also get an envelope. So we've got all kinds of pieces here. This is for the card. I've got this is for the inside of this. So this is a small card. This is 3 inches by 8 inches. I scored it at 4. Okay. And this, I don't know what this would be. This is 2 and a quarter by 3 3/4 for the inside. And then I did these, this panel, I embossed this. So let's go ahead and put the small one together first. And I'm going to show you what I did on the inside. I stamped congratulations, which I need to get that stamp out. And I stamped the little birds. So let me see, I'll get the birds and I'll get the congratulations. Yep. Which means I'll need this stamp here, or this block. So we'll go ahead and do that first. So obviously the sentiment is too long for this piece of paper. So I did it at an angle, which is fine. I want to make sure I get that straight on there though. Probably doesn't matter if you're doing it at an angle. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm sure you probably can, huh? Claudia, you would have told me if you couldn't hear me. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this in Secret C. I'm just going to tap that on there a couple times, come over to here, and at least get that straight. And then we'll go ahead and stamp that. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave that open, but I am going to clean off my stamp set here. Now I'll stamp the little birdie. And I need my small little block. And I'm just going to stamp, what did I do? I stamped it 2 times, right? One and 2. There we go. Okay, good. You can hear me. Thank you. I can't see my mic thing on the front here. It's hidden, so oops. Make sure I don't get ink on my hands. All right. So let's go ahead and we're just going to adhere this inside here. I've got some multi-purpose. Oh, look what I did. That's okay. I'll fix that later. Okay, so I've got my glue. I'm just going to put some glue down there. Flip it over. And I dropped a little bit of water from my chamois pad. And then let's go ahead and burnish this fold. Okay, now we've got this. I embossed with the Soft Wave 3D folder. And again, this is Cloud Cover. This is one of our new in colors. And I paired it with Petal Pink because I'm pulling out that Petal Pink in the Boho Vibes Designer Series paper. So we're just gonna adhere that together. And this seems like it's a little, well, I'm not gonna worry about it. We'll go ahead and put this on here. I really did have a lot of fun crafting with this one today. Well, not today, but all this week. Oops, gotta pull it down a little bit more. There we go. Okay, I just wanted that to peek through the pink. So we are going to, ooh, if I can squeeze it over a little bit more. There. We're just gonna adhere that to the top here. Oh, ratsy. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I put my ribbon on. Oops. Let's get that down. There we go. Scooch it over. Okay. And you can see here that I just added a little bit of this white ribbon. I don't normally do this because I don't like to see this through here, but it worked out fine. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. So I want to make sure I get enough here so I can tie a knot. Just going to use my paper snips. Come in here. And I'm going to tie it over towards this side because the boat, because I'm not centering the boat, I'm pushing it off to the left-hand side. And we're just going to tie a knot here. And I'm going to use my little tweezers so I can get that good. If you guys can see, there we go. Okay, perfect. And we'll trim these off. Just adds a little bit more to the card. Okay. Now we've got to stamp our sentiment. I used a Petal Pink Stylish Shape die. I think it was the second to smallest. We're going to go ahead and stamp that in Petal Pink. You like the waves, Claudia? Yeah, so do I. It goes so well with this stamp set. That's not straight either. I'll get my stuff straight on here today. That's pretty straight. Okay, so that's that. Let me clean that stamp off. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and stamp our sailboat. And I'm going to stamp that again in the Secret Sea. I'm just getting enough on there. Secret Sea reminds me, like, it could almost be a black. So there we go. Got that. I don't think I need any more. No, I don't. Clean that off. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp the inside. I call this like the, what do you call it? The hull? I don't know. What's on a sailboat? The sailboat bottom. How about I call it that? Sailboat bottom. The bottom of the sailboat. Okay, so I'm gonna, actually, this is how I do this, because this is a two-step stamping method. Normally what I do is I go in here and I lay the stamp down so you can see, I can see that I've got it pretty good in there so I know where I'm going to stamp it. So I'm just going to come in here and pick it up with the block and then I'll stamp it. And I'm using, oh, I grabbed the wrong one. I need, that's Darling Duckling. I need Daffodil Delight. Yes, okay. Darling Duckling and Daffodil Delight are pretty similar. But I think Daffodil Delight is brighter. Let me make sure I can get this in here. Ooh. There we go. Probably got that a little crooked. Oh no, it's good. Okay, so I'm going to clean this. And then the other one we're going to do is the sails. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to lay this down in here, get it straight where I want it. And then I'll go ahead and pick it up with this block. Okay. Then I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight. I'm going to come over here and I'll go ahead and just stamp it right in the middle there. Let me pull this down a little so I can make sure I get it good. Okay. There we go. Perfecto. Okay, clean that. And real quick, I'm going to go over and go to my cut and emboss machine and just cut this out. I forgot to bring over my little machine today, so I'll have to go over there. I use this Post-it note tape pretty much a lot of times when I'm die cutting because I don't like it to move. There. Okay, I'll be right back. That didn't take me long, did it? So here. Okay, I'm gonna wait until we get everything positioned here properly. So I think I got everything stamped, die cut out. Now let's move on to the card. Okay, so this is, where's my bone folder? Here it is. This is cloud cover. I've done it 5.5 by 8.5. We're just gonna burnish that score line real good. Okay. And then I wanna make sure I've got this right. Yep. So what, you know, the other way you could do this, if you didn't want to do a fun fold, like let's say, oh, I don't have time. You could just take this, now I cut this 4 by 5.25. I think I did, yeah. What you could do is you could just cut it down the middle, put diagonals there, and then kind of call it a day, right? And then just make this top panel and put it on top instead of making the card inside and cutting everything. So keep that in mind when you're crafting too. So let's see, do I want to do it? Now this one I did that way and I did it this way. Yeah, but I'm going to do it, let's see. I'm going to go this way with this one. And this way. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this. Got my cutter over here. I'll show you how I did it. It's very easy. You just need to line up the bottom here and then line it up to where your score line is. And that's all you got to do. So I just want to make sure I get it in there good. Okay, and then we're just going to cut it. You can save this for a scrap piece of paper later. Let's make sure that's burnished well. And I'll show you another little trick. I originally cut it this way on my with my trimmer. I don't know if you can see, but sometimes you can see how it makes an impression on this side. All you need to do to get rid of that is just take your bone folder and smooth that out, and it gets rid of that little line. Or I don't know what you call it. It's like a roughed up piece. Now see how much smoother that is? You can't tell what side that I cut that on. So remember that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and adhere these. Right to the panels. Okay, there's one. Then I'm going to take it and I'm just going to adhere it up here to this side. Okay. Where'd my glue go? Here it is. Wait, which side am I doing? This way. Okay. Just kind of want to get that up there. That's good. Okay, now we're going to put together the top of our card. And that card's just going to lay right in there. Okay. So let's take this piece and we are going to put these up with dimensionals. start over here. Probably one down here. Oops. One over here. And I'm going to use a small one for a mini dimensional for right here at the top of the sailboat. Okay. Super easy. And I want this to kind of hang off of the panel a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to pop this one up here. And let's see, I want the dimensionals on this side right here. We'll just put 2. Now I will share a little secret because I noticed this after I put this together. Okay, lastly, I'm going to add, so one of the die cuts in this set is these little birds. Now you can do one of 2 things. You can stamp on here before you emboss it, the birds, or you can put these little birds on with some glue. I know a lot of people don't like glue. It's okay. I just use a dot. So, oops, I'm just going to put a dot right there. Oh, maybe right here. There. See, 2 small dots. And I'm just going to put that down. I got lots of birds here. And I'll get this one. Again, you just need a little dot. You could use, what do you call that stuff? I'll put one over here. The adhesive. There. You guys know what I'm talking about. Put that right there. See? Isn't that cute? Okay, let me cover up that glue. And now, oh, I need the glue again. I need the glue. Okay. This is really bothering me. But I'm going to stamp the, what did I do with that block? Here it is. Oops. Whoops, I'm just throwing things around here. Okay. Hi, Joan. You're late. I'm almost done. You can go back and watch the replay, though. Okay, so I really don't like that. I messed up. It's from my chamois was a little bit too wet. So I tell you what I'm going to do. Just going to take this and see if I can hide it. There we go. Yes. That way you don't, have a big mess. All right. So we're done with that. Now we're just going to put this in the middle. But before I do that, I'm going to share with you my mistake. Okay. So you see these aren't like lined up. They're not. I actually had cut 2 pieces and I used the wrong pieces. So just remember that when you're working with the pattern paper. I had like 4 of these on my desktop and then I grabbed one of one sat in one of another. So they didn't line up, but it's okay because who really notices? Plus you're putting this card right in the middle here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put some glue on the back here. You can use Stampin' Seal if you'd like. But I just want to make sure I kind of get it in the center. And I'm not going to push it down all the way till I know, because just like that, my top is not working right. Here we go. There, that's better. Okay. So there is the Fun Fold card. Oh, nope. I did this my last one on Monday. Forgot to add some bling. So these are the muted palette dots. And I'm just going to add a couple right here. Okay. So isn't that cute? Let's see, I didn't forget anything else, did I? No. All right. Oh, you didn't even notice Joan either. I know, nobody would except for silly me. But anyways, thanks so much for joining me, you guys. Have a fantastic Friday and a great weekend. And I'll be back live next Monday at 11. I'm probably not going to do more lives. Thanks, Claudia. I'm probably not going to do more lives so next week because it is 4th of July and we start celebrating on the 3rd here. So we have a big fireworks show across the lake and I have family over. And so next week's I'll be a little bit, trickle in here and there. So, but anyways, have a great weekend and I will see you guys later. Bye.